Hey everybody,
Hey,
welcome. Welcome to Extraordinary Adventures. My name is Laura.
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm busy looking at the ocean. Sorry, distracted because we're on a cruise.
We're on a
There's an
cruise.
ocean.
Yeah. Welcome. We are on the Norwegian Prima for a 5-night Caribbean cruise, and we wanted to do a ship review for you.
Absolutely, brand new ship. Been out just a few months. It's NCL's latest, greatest efforts, and it really is pretty latest and greatest. It's a lot of great things to be said about this ship.
Yeah. Hey everybody, this is Laura and Scott from Extraordinary Adventures Cruise and Travel, and we are interrupting the video you are currently watching to let you know that not only do we create videos like this, we are also cruise travel agents.
Yes, we are.
So if you are looking to book a cruise, we would love to help you. Reach us at any of the information below.
Call us, email us, check us out on the web, Instagram, you name it, we're there.
We'd love to help you plan your next extraordinary adventure. So we always start with Embarkation. Yes.
We do.
So we embarked out of Port Canaveral, and I'm going to say this was the one big fault, that there was a long line. There was a very long line for Embarkation. And we waited well over an hour to get on the ship. And I don't know, because we heard from the grapevine that the reservation system was down for about an hour before we got there. So it's possible that there was just a backup. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. So if you sail on the Norwegian Prima in the next couple weeks, please drop in the comments whether the lines were as long as we experienced. Okay.
We sailed out of there on Divina about a couple months ago now. It's maybe more than that, and we waited quite a while on their lines, and so that was an MSC thing because there was nothing that we had heard had gone wrong, and yet we sail out of there for Royal all the time, and you're on the ship within 7 minutes. I mean, it's like you don't stop moving, you just keep going. So is it possible that Royal knows how to do something that MSC and NCL do not? It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, we were in Celebrity in Fort Lauderdale, same thing, right on the ship.
Yeah.
Can't count the other two MSCs because we were in the yacht club, and they just whisked us away.
Yeah.
But
so
this was a weird experience with Port Canaveral because we always claim it's the best one, we love it the most, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Let's assume it was a glitch.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So let us know if it was or was not for you. And I do want to mention in this review, I am going to be highly overcritical and mentioning certain points. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we had a problem with them. I just want to mention them so that you can have an informed decision as to whether you like this or it might not be for you.
So why don't we go a little further, honestly? We get some criticism because we're being critical. But we are not just hip hooray about, if you wanted just a fluff piece, you could get that from NCL or Royal or MC. They'll give you fluff pieces which only show the best parts of them. We are people who bring you to cruise ships you can enjoy and do a little armchair traveling, but we're also going to be honest. I mean, and that not every line is going to get everything right all of the time.
Right. So
I'll tell you this right off the bat. We loved it. We love the cruise. We love the ship. We love NCL. Food made, there's so much, and we'll go through all that. Over the top, it's like a high level bird's eye view thing. We loved it. But what does that do for you? So let's tell you where we maybe didn't love some things. So you could just be aware of them and maybe plan your cruise accordingly.
Right.
And anybody else who has any other things to say about you can go watch somebody else. Because there's a lot of other fluffy YouTubers out there who don't say anything critical. So maybe that's the channel for you. Bye.
Okay.
So after we got on board,
let's talk about the decor.
The ship itself.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about aging or rust or paint problems because
it's brand new.
A few months old.
Literally.
So it's perfect. Very modern.
Very. Yeah.
Very modern, very clean, very nice.
The ship is divided into much smaller spaces that are supposed to be more intimate, and there are more quantity of spaces, very similar to what Virgin Voyages is doing on their ships, where they have a lot of different spaces as well. With that being said, we did feel that the ship is slightly disjointed. You have to go, to get to the pool deck, you actually have to go through the buffet to get to the pool.
Or you go through the fine dining restaurant, Palomar.
Right.
Which is, and then they end up blocking it off so they don't want you to go through there. And yet that's how it's designed to do, because you cannot get to the other side unless you go through one of these venues.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
It is. And then to do the...
Okay, well maybe they could go up to 18, some higher deck, go up and go down, but it's still a little weird.
It's a little disjointed. And so, but after 3 days, we got the hang of it. It wasn't crazy. We didn't get lost.
I think it's just not a concept that we like, based on Virgin, based on this, who they're putting the best foot forward, right? So this is not some model from 50 years ago. and twice. We did criticize Virgin way back when a lot about it, and now we're seeing NCL who maybe we're giving too much of the benefit of the doubt, or maybe we were too hard back then, because they both did the same idea.
They did. The biggest difference between Virgin and NCL was signage and directional pieces. So,
Which, if you watch our videos, Ship Tours, I literally knock Virgin every single time. She used to yell at me to not bring that up and not to knock them. Now she's given up because she knows I'm going to do it. Every time I'm in an elevator shaft, I show you the signage, which shows you what's on every floor. Then I show you the little, not virtual reality, but an interactive thing where you can find your way around the ship. And Virgin did not have that at all.
Right.
And that's, anyway, so I get angry about Virgin, and I've always covered that.
But the ship is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And we do have a ship tour, and I will put a link up there. So
I feel like the Brady Bunch, where all the boxes, and we don't know which box our mother is in and our brother is in. That's what kind of, anyway.
But
no, modern, very, very nice. I'm not sure if you like more of a traditional look and a feel, like the old Royal ships, or some of the luxury ships, whatever, or if you like a more modern feel. This is not any old style or traditional golf club, big fluffy, leather chair kind of thing. This is modern. Like, if you look around the room tour on the other video, you'll see. I like it. I don't know. Did you like it overall?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
overall, it's clean lines. It's very artistically
bright colors,
pleasing.
It's like they did all that psychology about what colors to do to make people happy, and then they pump in like smells to make you. Yeah, that's conspiracy theory. We have friends that do that stuff. You know who you are. Anyway, all right. So the ship's amazing.
Yeah,
ship's amazing.
Yeah.
So then,
what do we do next?
Food, booze, entertainment.
Okay, which one?
Food.
Food.
Because we said it 5-6 years ago when we did our only other NCL cruise on the NCL Jade. The food back then, we said, this seems to be better than Royal and Carnival and whatever. And we had been waiting years to get back on board. And you know what? Food is better than Royal and Carnival. Just comparing to the other public companies, the major companies. So, because that's what most of the people who might be watching this video, they're probably going to be comparing NCL, RCL, DCL, CCL, Royal Caribbean, Disney, Carnival, etc., MSC. But overall, there are areas where those other ships shine, for sure. But if you did an overall, which food is the best?
Norwegian.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only cruise line that I've been on other than Norwegian that had better food was...
That wasn't luxury or premium.
That wasn't luxury or premium, was Virgin Voyages.
But I would also say that they're premium. I mean, they try to consider themselves premium, so it makes sense that their food should be better.
Well...
But even with that said, they're better than the luxury lines, too. Their food is phenomenal.
Well, and all of their restaurants are included in their price.
Correct.
Whereas there were many restaurants on Norwegian that you had to pay for. You could buy a dining package or you could pay a la carte, but I don't recommend paying a la carte because it's really, really expensive. If you pay a la carte, I would highly recommend buying a dining package.
And to be fair, to be clear, we didn't go to their MDR, the main dining room, at all.
No.
Now, we did go to other included options, but for dinner, all the nights we did specialty. So we can't judge the MDR, whether the service was good, bad, slow, fast, whether the food... And we really haven't spoken to very many people who did go to the MDR. Most of the people we know on the ship right now have been doing specialty. So that said, we did do breakfast included. We did luncheon included. So we did try included options, and they were all amazing.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure you're clear that we didn't even go to the main dining room.
So there are 8 restaurants that are not included in the complimentary cruise fare. And since it's a 5-night cruise, it was challenging to do all of them, and there are 3 that we did not get to, and then we have 1 tonight, which we haven't done yet either. But
and only one of which was a bummer that we didn't make, and that was the Food Republic.
We like
sushi, but we're not big sushi people, so we missed the sushi. And the chippy chop, as Laura calls it, teppanyaki, hibachi, whatever. We have heard NCL has the best at sea, and we didn't do it 5-6 years ago, and I was hoping to do it this time, but the amount of options they now have on board it took second place.
Yeah.
There were other things we wanted to try, but the Food Republic, we heard some amazing things about, and we're kind of bummed we missed that.
So not only should you buy the dining package, you should also make the reservations for dining in advance. Like as soon as dining reservations open up for your sailing, we booked them 6 weeks before the cruise, and they were already beginning to get sold out.
Right, because to be fair, they had opened 6 weeks before that.
Right.
We're on a special cruise where we didn't know which room we were going to be in. We didn't know all that. And as soon as we did, the day we did, we called. You should have better luck if you do it within that 90-day window or whatever that they open up. But she's right. All the 6 and 7, all the times you really want are gone. So then you're at like 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Yeah. Those are your options.
So let's talk about the restaurants we actually did go to. So complimentary are included besides the main dining rooms. They have the Indulge Food Hall, which is this amazing
complimentary. Right?
Yeah, it's complimentary. It's this amazing you sit down and there's a tablet and they have like 5 or 6 different kind of almost like food truck areas that you can order different types of food. And you can order as much as you want and they just start bringing them to you. So they have...
And she could put a little video in here. It's got to be more than 4 or 5 because there's all those different menu options.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of options.
There are a lot. There's Indian, there's a smokehouse barbecue, there's some salads. And
one of the best pieces of fish I've ever gotten, a piece of salmon.
Gorgeous salmon,
salad.
yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of the tostada things that I had, the tuna one, you had the mushroom one.
Yeah.
The closest thing to compare this to is, again, Virgin.
It's like...
They have this food hall thing.
Right. Yeah. So they also do have a buffet, which is complimentary. And we mentioned you have to walk through the buffet to get to the pool.
Which we unfortunately didn't go to because every time we walked by, we're like, we wished we were hungry enough because everything really looked good.
Well, no, I actually had a little bit.
Yeah, the shrimp thing that you liked a lot.
I had some, yeah.
And for the record, I'm always a pizza, nachos, and burger guy. It's probably one of the best burgers on a ship anywhere. Their nachos, nah. If you come on board, and you should because the Prima's amazing, the pizza's not so good, but if you see them bring out the focaccia was on point. On point. But yeah, so we didn't get to and the buffet is half the size.
It's small.
It's half the size because they have the second option called the indulge food.
Yes, exactly.
So combined, they're about the size of a regular place.
Yeah, yeah. Another complimentary option is the local bar and grill. That is their late night dining option. They're open until 3 o'clock in the morning. That's also where you...
So they're all day.
It's their... Yeah.
You say they close at 3 in the morning, then they open at 6 in the morning?
Yeah, they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they have local bar food. It was very good. We enjoyed everything.
So if any of you are NCL people, it would be the old Oceans.
Yeah.
They now call it the local, whatever. And I don't know. I think it's more than good, personally. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the things I was ordering. It was really good.
Well, you didn't really love the nachos that you got there.
No, the nachos, you're right. You're right. And if you want something nacho-esque, go over to Indulge Food Hall and get the chips and guac, and then get the chips and chili. And then you kind of have like a nacho thing, which was better. But yeah, you're right. But no, the burger that I had to get twice because it was so good. You had the wings that you liked a lot.
I did like
salad.
The wings.
I don't know.
I had the Reuben. It was really good.
Today, which
yeah.
Yeah. So almost everything except for the nachos we had there, it was amazing.
Yeah.
We had our breakfast there.
We did.
So there's really no reason to go to the
good.
buffet because you can get, weirdly, a lot of places to get breakfast on the ship.
So...
But there's one thing about that.
Well, one thing about the breakfast is that they have really weird times for breakfast. Like the buffet closed on some days at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Breakfast ending at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Now, if you're a late sleep, I mean, you're on a cruise, you're on vacation. Some people don't get up until 10 or even Royal doesn't close their breakfast until like 11 in the morning.
I've seen that 10, 10:30, and 11 is usually the times I see.
Yeah. So the buffet closed at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Not every day, though.
Not every day, some days. And I was just like, and so the only place you could go to the Indulge Food Hall for breakfast, but it's not that tablet. You have to walk through and look at the different stations and see what they're offering.
But there's only like 3 of the 8.
And it was really not very good. I would pass for breakfast at the Indulge Food Hall.
Right, because once breakfast is over, then you can go up to the observation lounge, where we got light lunch snacks, which is what we did on day 2, I think it was.
So I actually recommend the local bar and grill for breakfast.
Yes.
That's where I would go for breakfast.
Good French toast. I don't normally eat the breakfast sweet stuff, so I asked for 1 piece.
It was good. And I like the pancakes.
Yep. And I got the English full English breakfast, whatever, with all that stuff on it. It's very good. Very good. But their egg slop is still egg slop. The scrambled slop is still scrambled. Yeah. But they're over hard, and that stuff is good.
So for the pay-for restaurants, the first night we had Onda by Scarpetta. Am I right? That's what it was called. Which is what kind of food is that? Again, it's Italian. It's Italian food.
Yeah. Onda by Scarpetta.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Memory.
Yeah.
And I feel like I didn't choose correctly, so I didn't enjoy my meal as much. But everything that Scott ordered, I liked.
Every time she ventured over to my side of the table, ooh, that's good.
So
we have some photos
it's okay.
and stuff. She got a ravioli thing, wasn't as good. I got some sort of a bolognese thing, which is regular spaghetti meat sauce. So you're like, why would I order that? It was really, really good.
Yeah. So and then he had a filet. I ordered the fish. I like the filet better. So
to be fair, she's also not a fish person, so I don't know why she ordered fish. But
I wanted to try different things.
Sure.
So, and I wanted to venture out of my comfort zone.
They did this awesome bread thing.
Yeah,
where,
bread was really good.
She's not as much a fan of like a meat, like a calzone or a stromboli, whatever. So they had all the regular types of breads, but then they had this bread with meat and cheese rolled into it, like a pinwheel kind of thing. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. So it was probably, we haven't done La Bistro tonight, but probably my favorite restaurant so far has been Onda by Scarpetta.
Okay, good. Then we went to Cagney's Steakhouse, and it was very good, but I actually preferred the steak at Onda better. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed Cagney's a lot. It was very nice.
Yes.
It was really good.
I like my lobster bisque, and yeah, it was
I
good.
did like your lobster bisque. Yeah. I don't normally.
We've seen that before, though, where like, and Royal is notorious for this, Giovanni's Italian concept has a better steak than Chops Grill. If you get like a filet and you compare them sides, everybody says it. You go to 150 Central Park. So I don't know what happens there, but
I don't know.
I know that was good.
It was good. Los Lobos was the next one. That's a Mexican cantina. It's very traditional Mexican food. So it's not like a modern version of Mexican. It's your street tacos, your guacamole tableside. Scott had fajitas. Everything was
really good.
excellent.
Yeah.
Everything was the way it is supposed to taste. My Mexican tacos were amazing. But it's not like...
It's all stuff you can get at home.
It's all stuff, yeah, you can get at home. And for this one, I did not use our dining package on. We actually paid for this one because it was cheaper to do that than to use one of our dining package credits. So it was cheaper because it's a la carte and you can pick and choose, and Mexican is generally cheaper. So we
Right, as opposed to last night at the Fish House and everything was $30, $40 and up.
Right.
These were $17 items.
right.
So, yeah.
So yeah, had we not used the dining package at Onda, the bill was like $170, whereas we went and we spent all in $60 at
So like if
Los
you get
Lobos.
OBC, maybe don't buy a 5-night package. Buy a 3 or a 4 and then use some of that OBC for food.
Exactly.
Take this quick moment here to plug MSC and again Virgin, who have the 2 best Mexican seafood we've ever had.
That is true.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
MSC Seashore. I don't know if it's the same on Maryville. It's the same restaurant name. And I don't even know if it existed on Divina. But
Yeah.
whatever that one is that's on Seashore,
Yes, I agree.
phenomenal. And then the Mexican they had on Virgin was just silly. It was really, again, their food is amazing. So
Then last night we had Palomar, which is a seafood, Mediterranean seafood restaurant. It was very, very good. Everybody enjoyed their meal.
yeah,
Yeah.
we dined with another couple guys.
And
Their lobster things were like the size of Texas. It was really massive.
yeah.
And yeah, I had a sea bass and you had scallops
I had
and
scallops, they were very
clams
good.
and lentil and all that. And
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like the mushroom appetizer. So
I thought it was okay.
it was like cold mushroom.
I guess I had the tuna. I like the tuna.
Yeah, the tuna.
But what was your favorite part?
The wine.
No. Well, yes, that's usually the case for you, but no.
The dessert.
We haven't done a lot of desserts.
We haven't
but
been, no, but the apple, they had an apple, like a French apple pastry with vanilla ice cream, and it was, I highly recommend it. It was amazing. You had your cheesecake, and
the
you thought
cheesecake
it
in a
was really
jar, no, I thought it was okay. I like the little crumb things, but
Oh.
the cheesecake itself was,
good. Okay, well then,
get what she got.
I like my apple.
Yeah,
Get
what
the
she
apple.
got. Yeah.
And then, as we mentioned, Nama is the sushi place, Hasuki is the teppanyaki, and then Food Republic. So we can't review those, but we know they're there.
We know
We're there.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And by the way, on the tour, you're going to see Hudson's is they have Hudson's and Commodore's are 2 main dining rooms. It is beautiful, first of all, and second of all, it's got an incredible view. The aft part of the ship. So if you go before the sun sets, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
Again,
beautiful.
can't speak to the service of the food, but it's a really pretty restaurant.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't go to the Commodore if you can figure out
No.
how to not. Commodore's fine. It's fine, but there's nothing wrong with it. But the other one was just.
It's a better view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's food. Is there
Yeah.
anything you want to add about food?
Well, there's a grill. There was a grill that does
Oh.
bar burgers and things.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
those.
yeah.
We never got a chance to go there, and partially it's because the locals' burgers, the local bar and grill's burger was so good that I didn't want to take a chance because
Yeah.
I just wanted what was good.
Yeah, it's called Surfside Grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do not have late night pizza. Just so you know, if you're looking for that, Carnival does, MSC does, Royal does, Celebrity does. They do not have late night pizza, but they do have like a full menu at the local until 3 in the morning, which was something I remember again from the Jade. We had gotten some great food then at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
God, they have real food at 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
not just Sorrento's pizza.
My only ding on that is that you actually have to sit and order the food and wait for it to be cooked. Whereas, Sorrento's Royal Caribbean, 2 in the morning, you stumble in, you grab a slice, and you walk back to your room, and there's no wait whatsoever. So I'm not a fan.
But we're not
late
drunk
night.
stumblers anymore.
We're
As
not.
we're getting older, we're
No.
drinking with us and going to bed at 11:30.
I know we were in bed like 11:30 almost every night. Yeah. So that's food. Okay.
So, food. Then usually to go to like bars, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, fortunately for your health, unfortunately, because we haven't partied as much. Again, we're on some sort of a convention thing, business trip here. And so we really haven't had a chance to try all the bars and drink all the different cocktails and things.
No.
But every bar has been pretty much on point. The mixology is good, meaning how they create the drinks and the flavors are good. Beer selection's a little weak. All your Bud Light and your Mick Ultras and all that stuff, nothing too fancy. Wine list, how have you thought the wine list has been?
I've just ordered a Cabernet. I haven't
I
haven't
did
looked
last
at the
night, right?
list.
There was like 5 included options and you didn't like any of the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I had a Tempranillo that was just okay.
Yeah.
So the wine list, unless there's some sort of a better wine list that we haven't found. But like you were saying at Palomar, when he ordered that bottle.
Yeah.
So maybe there are wines that by the bottle.
I think by the bottle wines might be better.
Yeah.
There are like big menus, and they have like a lot of beers, but we were told like they don't have half the beers in stock.
Anything that was foreign. Like I wanted a Warsteiner. I wanted some other. Yeah.
So
don't know what that was about.
I don't just take the menu away if you don't have it.
Yeah. But the Deuce, I mean, there seems to be like bars everywhere. So
there are.
Yeah. So if your one's just too crowded, you can go like 20 feet and there'll be another one.
Yeah.
So and most of the bartenders have been pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, friendly and fairly quick and So
yeah,
no complaints with that.
No.
You should definitely go see Craig and Z over at the Whiskey Bar.
Whiskey Bar.
Whiskey Bar is a real crowd favorite. If you don't like whiskey, it's fine. They have beer and wine and other liquors, but it's a great place for whiskey cocktails. And then there's a guy with a hat on that we haven't had a chance to hang out with, but he's been on other people's videos, and we saw him in the hallway, and he was fun just in the hallway. So that's a good guy to check out.
I wanted
Cassie at the pool bar, I liked a lot.
Okay.
I said, "Can I get a Mai Tai?" He said, "I don't have a tie for you, sir." He's messing with me. So yeah, some fun guys.
Oh, that's
some
funny.
fun guys. Yeah. And so then, of course, they get more tips out of me. So I'm a sucker. Just giving them money.
So I wanted to mention two things about the drink package. First, if you're in port, they charge you taxes on any beverages that you purchase. So just know that. So they don't mention it. They don't even they didn't give you anything to sign.
We learned it 5 years ago the first time. I was like, what is this charges?
But we started they just start showing up in your onboard spending account. So if you're in port, know that you're being charged tax on the beverages.
Funny that you mentioned the signing thing. And just as you said it, I remembered on Jade they did have a sign for $1.64 or whatever.
But they didn't have a sign on this one. No. So just know that. And then the other thing to know is that bottled water is not included in the drink package.
Right.
So they...
Unless it's on the better level, because I think that we don't have the best level.
We don't have the best level, no.
So it could be in that.
That is true. I believe the better level, But on the standard drink package that comes with the free at sea, you do not get water. So they'll give you a cup of ice water, but you have to purchase these, and these are the only bottles. They don't actually have like plastic bottles. So just know that they are not included. So you may want to bring like a plastic water jug with you if you don't want to. If you want to carry a bottle of water around, I might recommend doing that and filling it up at the buffet or what have you.
Speaking to the middle level, we have not found anywhere where we were too upset with the options at that level.
No.
The whiskeys and the vodkas and they were giving Kettle One and Grey Goose and all that. So for gins, Laura doesn't really like. I mean, she's a gin drinker, but she likes Tanqueray. She likes whatever.
I like Tanqueray.
So she didn't look for me for whiskeys. I was getting decent stuff. Taking off the top of my head, I can't think of what I got. But Jameson or there was Glenfiddich, Glenmorangie. Like you can get decent stuff on the middle level. And unlike MSC, and this is always a ding against MSC, if the limit is 13, I don't know if it's 13 or 15, but whatever. If it's 13 and you order something that's 17, here they charge you $4. On MSC, they take it back down to 0 and charge you the whole 17.
So
bad MSC.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the drink package.
Latest bar, by the way, for all you crazy people, is the local bar and grill. One night this week, I was there too late. Met some people. Laura's like, I'm going to bed. So I'm hanging out with these kids that are 10 years, 20 years younger than me. But whatever, it was fun. I felt young again for 5 minutes. But that's the late night bar.
Yeah. Entertainment.
After that, then we divide entertainment into two categories, one of which we really can't opine on.
I know. I like that word.
Opine.
I do. It's a good
So what
word.
we mean by that is there's the entertainment staff, the cruise director's staff that does all the daytime stuff, pool parties and game shows and all that, and then there's the entertainers. The only ones that we can opine on, and I'll let Laura do it because she is going to gush over them, are the Sid Norman people.
Yeah. So there is a venue called Sid Norman. There are 4 singers. They do 1 or 2 shows every night, and they're probably the best band, singers, whatever, except for the singers and dancers and the Broadway shows and stuff. They're the best.
Their energy, their banter,
So
everything
good.
they did was just. So the way I think of the place is it's like the Cavern Club in Liverpool, if you're familiar with that, or places like in Manhattan that are like these little corner tight places where way too many people jam in there, and then there's a jam session.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like in there. And yeah, it was really cool.
Highly recommend. Go to Sid Norman's.
Absolutely.
They're amazing. You won't be disappointed. Sid Norman's rocks.
Nothing like that on.
I've never seen anything. No.
We loved the nightclub on Virgin, but they didn't do that. It just was a regular nightclub, and it was nice. It was really 2 levels, beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything Royal does like that. We hear the music hall is supposed to be something similar, but what I've seen pictures of it is vast. We're going to see it next month, January 22nd. We leave on Odyssey. We'll be able to see it for the first time, believe it or not, even though Quantum Class ships have been out forever. I don't think anyone else had this little jam session area.
No, I've not seen. No. Yeah.
No. No, so really cool.
Yeah.
It's almost worth the price of admission to come on NCL's Prima just for that venue. It was really fun.
Amazing.
Really,
it's amazing. The other band I really enjoyed, it was just a duo. They were called Purple Sundays, and they would play in the atrium.
That's different than Duo Rico?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Duo Rico was different.
Okay. Who was the first day that we thought they were going to suck?
That was Duo Rico.
But then when we saw them downstairs, they were good.
That was Purple Sundays.
Oh, that could be why they were good.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say suck. They didn't suck.
They were fine.
It was just, they were doing The Gambler, and it was weird for the first day. Like you expect the first day, all island music, Caribbean, welcome to a cruise, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
The ones downstairs were Duo Rico? No, that
Purple
was
Sundays.
Whatever she's saying, that one was a good one. Yeah.
I have video I'll insert.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that was at the Penrose Bar.
And the Penrose Atrium.
And that's on deck 6.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little lounge. One overall thing for this cruise ship, and it exists there too, like they got the lights turned up way too much.
Oh, yeah, you were complaining about that.
You're in a nightclub, or a lounge, I should say. And it should be somewhat dim. I mean, I don't want it to be dark. I want to see what's in front of me. I want to see you. I want to read the menu. But it was like...
It was very bright.
Cafeteria bright in there.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
Everywhere.
Yeah, right. There was some hallways, like walking like this.
Yeah.
Anyway. Again, that's hypercritical. We love the Prima. Don't write comments, because especially if you're nasty, I will delete them. But if you want to talk, we can talk. But whatever. I'm going to defend my position because we told you already.
So...
God, now I know why Tony from Lita Loca goes off at people, because he gets angry. Anyway. Whatever. People frustrate me sometimes. Anyway.
Oh,
but the rest of you we love. And thank you for following and subscribing and liking with the thumbs up and the notifications and all that. The rest of you are fabulous. Thank you.
All right. So, can I? I'm going to do this now.
Oh.
Ready? Yeah. Okay.
That didn't do very much.
No.
You have a second shot. Why am I volunteering? She's 4. She's literally 4-year-old person.
It's awesome. They're fun. All right. So there are in the main theater there is Summer, which is the Donna Summer musical, and then there's also the Noise Boys. The Noise Boys. So and this is a ding. We were told you were not allowed to make reservations for the Noise Boys or Summer until you were on the ship, and we were on the ship and we went to go book and it was already sold out. Like no viewings whatsoever at all. So I was really, really upset by this. They said that there was a standby line and that if the people who made reservations and you could wait but
after all the best seats are gone, you can sit way in the back and listen.
So we cannot opine on either one of those because they were both sold out. And so
we heard the noisy boys, whatever, were really good. We were really good, and so I feel like we might have missed out.
Yeah.
Donna Summer, I think you have to enjoy Donna Summer music.
Right.
And, we all like On the Radio and some of these other songs that she sang, but it's just like an hour and a half of Donna Summer music, so if you don't like that. We saw, it was an Aretha lady somewhere once, and when she hit the songs I knew, I was like, oh, she's pretty good, and then it was 20 songs I didn't know. So just be aware. But apparently it's phenomenal if you like Donna Summer.
Yes. So I'm really upset that we weren't able to do that, but we were able to get one show. And it's tonight in an hour and a half, so I'm really excited. And that is, they literally have The Price is Right on the ship. They turn the theater into an actual game show, and when you enter, you scan your card, your CPAS card, and that's how they pick randomly the people who play the game. So I don't get picked. If he gets picked, I'm going to videotape it and I'll insert it right here. You're going to play Plinko. No? Guess the price.
I'll constantly flip the bird so you can't film it.
You can't do that.
No, I can't do that.
No. But
yes, we did get that one.
So I'm very excited.
That was really the one for the last couple of months you were hoping to get.
Yeah.
So at least you got the one you wanted to get.
I know. I'm very excited about it. Yeah. Woo! I feel like I should dress up in some silly costume.
No, you should wear your... Oh, what's that? Extraordinary Adventures. Oh, we're a travel agency.
Yes.
That's what it should be.
Oh, okay. One other thing I want to mention is that they have this amazing area called the Galaxy Pavilion, which is an awesome virtual reality. It's an entire, almost half a deck of different VR games. They are not complimentary. There is a price associated with each of them. But we were able to play some of them. I'll tell you, I'm very motion sickness with VR, so I got really nauseous. So if you are a person who doesn't like the VR stuff like elsewhere, you're not going to like it here. But I had to try it. It was fun. And then they do have an escape room on board, but the escape room, again, you had to make reservations, and it was sold out by the time that we tried to make reservations, and I was really sad about that. And then
we took our first half hour, an hour to coordinate our dining that we were trying to do that. They wouldn't let us do ahead of time. We had to get on the ship to do that.
Yeah.
So that's when you would be doing the show and the skate room. But
Yeah.
whatever. I don't like all this signing up stuff.
Well,
Whatever.
I
But
know.
they're all doing it now. The
Yeah.
NCL, RCL, they're all doing it. So it's just what it is in the cruise industry. But we are voting to not do that anymore. Corporate companies. Frank Del Rio, Jason Liberty, if you're listening, we are voting
No more
against that.
reservations.
No more reservations.
Yeah.
Like it was 10, 15 years ago.
Or if you have
Hey.
reservations, make the availability enough where every single person can do everything at least once.
Well, that's hard in an escape room.
I know.
That's not going to happen in an escape
Well,
room.
but the
for
Donna Summer show.
Yeah, if you're going to have 2 shows, no repeats allowed.
Yeah.
So you can get as many people. That's true.
I agree on that.
Speaking of back to the shows and performers and stuff, you kind of moved into the Galaxy Pavilion, which is fine. But was there anything more to cover in entertainers?
Oh,
I don't know.
no,
You moved on.
actually, I don't think so. Was there?
Yeah, because we're not talking cruise director stuff yet. We were just talking
No.
about. I just want to make sure that we covered everything.
I think we covered everything.
Okay, all right. If I think of anything, I'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can say is one of our things about Virgin, which again we've heard they've changed, it was that there wasn't performers anywhere. Here, there were performers like often, but you'd only see them in the Femros. They weren't scattered.
The
There was
Penrose
nothing in the
Atrium-
Belvedere the lounge. There was nothing in
No.
the Metropolitan Lounge. Why couldn't they set up a little quiet guitarist in the corner or something? I don't know.
I don't. And then I think there were some up in
Pool deck?
the pool deck as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 places. The
Yeah.
outside pool deck and then one of the ways they're getting around having more live entertainment is they would have a DJ set up at the pool deck.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the DJ. I wasn't a fan of it on Virgin, and I'm not a fan of it here. But I'm not sure if you're up to this. The one thing I will say, speaking of the pool deck and DJs, is one of her big things was there's no great nightclub on board.
There is
But
no
after
nightclub on
4 or
board.
5 nights on here, we realized what they've done is they've made the pool deck every single night the nightclub. And it is full. It's not one of those half-ass parties that people don't come to because they're all at the nightclub. No, it's packed. It's packed every night. So you do get a nightclub. You just get it on the pool deck, which is nice on a cruise ship.
Right.
So she took back that
Well-
critique a little bit.
That, and they also transformed the theater. The theater
That-
moves. You can move the seats,
Yeah.
so it's the theater, and then they push all the chairs back, and so it becomes a dance floor.
Well, it's a multi-purpose, right?
It's
So like
multi-purpose.
do all kinds of things in there.
Yeah, and
And then there's also, which I guess, so we're correcting ourselves in real time. Sid Norman's late at night will then be turned into a nightclub.
it does occasionally.
So, anyway.
There's just no one designated space. Like there's many different spaces. So that's interesting to me.
To be fair, though, we've had fun every night.
We have, yeah.
So it's not like there's a
absolutely.
lack of fun. We're not.
No.
It's just different. It's a little bit unconventional, I guess, is what we would say about it.
Yeah. They use their spaces for multi-purpose. So,
Anyway, so that's no more entertainer stuff. I think that was it.
well, no, there's the Improv,
Oh,
the
so-
nightclub.
Yeah, which we missed completely also.
We missed completely again because you needed reservations, and by the time we got on there were no reservations available. With that being said,
We did get a chance.
we had one chance. One of the comedians had a show in the theater, the main theater, and there were no reservations required for that one. So we were able to go, and that was actually really good. They were
Orlando Gaba, and then Keith Hernandez. No, it can't be Keith Hernandez. It's Keith something like that. Yeah, they were both funny.
both great.
The first guy better than the second guy. A little dirty. Like I had a complaint once on a previous video about Carnival where the guy was just vulgar and the vulgar wasn't funny. They threw it in sporadically. It was an adult show, but they were just funny. They didn't really even need the
were
dirty.
funny, yeah.
So it was good. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
'Cause Carnival was known as the ship that has the funny guys, and they do. Carnival's some of the best comedians we've ever seen. But this was really good.
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. So the only other, I think, not entertainment thing, the go-karts, the speedway.
Back to the Galaxy Pavilion.
Yeah, back to and it was. I did it, and it was so much fun. I was a little nervous because I'm just afraid. Like I was afraid. Oh, I'm going to go so fast. I'm going to fly off the side of the ship. They don't let you do that.
No.
So at max, it was like 25, 30 miles an hour. They say they can go up to like 35, but
Yeah.
it wasn't ever. And but it was enjoyable. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
And in that area, they have what looks to be the best mini golf at sea, but I can't believe a brand new ship was already broken.
Yeah.
There's a thing where like the machines interact with you, and on the final hole, like you can win a cruise and things like that, and that all was broken.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a brand new ship.
Yeah.
Then there were darts, and you'll see all this in the ship review, on the ship tour. But there was a dart area, and there was all kinds of foosballs. And,
Yeah.
like, they have a real fun adult, all free. This is all
They do.
complimentary. So a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun up there.
There was a lot of activities.
Yeah, there's a lot to do on the ship without the need for belly flops and sexiest man, but those happen too.
Sure.
I'm not sure if you
They were,
heard of
yeah, I
this
saw it.
hairy leg and all that. So they have that, and then they have you can't be bored on the ship.
No.
There's a lot going on
There
on the
is.
ship.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
There was one thing I wanted to mention, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit. There were supposed to be 2 ports of call on this cruise. There was supposed to be Cozumel and Costa Maya. Costa Maya, there was very bad weather, and we weren't able to dock, so Costa Maya wouldn't allow us to go, so we had to cancel. Like the captain made the decision to cancel Costa Maya. But the problem was that at 7:30 in the morning, it came over the loudspeaker and woke us up in the room, and I kind of.
Which I'm going to say this like I've said it before in the other video. Captain ship, it's his right to make emergency announcements, important announcements, things that he feels. But that we missed a stop, and to wake people up at 7:30 in the morning that we missed a stop, I don't know. We think that may be a little shade of gray where maybe he shouldn't have done that.
I don't know how else you get the information every day, but we were
when
sleeping.
They wake up and they look and they're not in Costa Maya, they'll figure out.
Yeah.
It was a little bit early.
Yep.
A little bit early. But I guess, to be fair, we were supposed to dock at 6 or 6:30. So I guess he didn't do it at that point.
That's true. Yeah.
Whatever. In his mind, because bridge staff are probably up at 4 in the morning. They're up early. They think 7:30 is late. But not when you're on a cruise, not when you're at local till 3 in the morning.
Yeah. That was his, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so back to the entertainment. Sorry about that. The entertainment, the cruise director staff. Yeah, that's what we're up to.
Unfortunately, again, didn't have a lot of time to critique that for you. There was one guy who did the fun show with the couples, which was fun.
The couple show.
Him and his sidekick, and it was fun. We've seen the CD, cruise director, one time.
Yeah.
Introducing the comedians. That was it.
Yeah.
That's our fault, not his. We don't know what he's been like.
We were, again,
Seemed like a friendly enough guy, but
at a business conference,
yes.
so we
can't judge the cruise director.
No.
And the rest of their staff doing things, again, sorry. So you'll have to come on and let us know if the cruise director staff's amazing, because we didn't get much interaction.
No, we didn't. No.
Oh, well.
So what else do we normally talk about?
Embarkation, food, booze, entertainment, cruise director staff, the ship itself. I guess the only other thing is anything that we didn't cover that they would want to know. They can see the room tour, they can see the ship tour, so they're going to see all those aspects. Would you come back?
Well, wait, no, I have a couple things I want to add. Sorry, my bad.
My bad. Edit that.
So the pool is very small, ridiculously too small. Not as small as Virgin's pool,
Nothing's Virgin's small.
But almost as small. And they have a couple of infinity pools on the side of the ship, but they hold 5 people. They don't hold a lot of people. So the main
at least
pool,
they have them, whereas Virgin didn't even have those.
That's true. The main pool, way too small. I don't know what you were thinking. Sorry. If you are a person who's I want my pool time, this is not the ship for you. So
no, it's not. And in fact, they couldn't even stretch it. Virgin could have stretched it. There was room on their deck.
Yeah.
There's no room because it's the wall of the bar.
Yeah.
That's as big as it could be. So it was by design to make it that small. The whole area is that small. But like she said, on deck 8, there's these infinity pools and hot tubs, and then there was somewhere else that had them as well. I guess that's how they're crowd control and they're spreading people all over the place. But if you want to take a page out of someone's book, look what MSC did with that. They had major pools and side pools. They had so many pools on the seashore.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, that's a much larger ship that has a lot more people on it.
Yeah.
They actually, Prima went, they have mega ships too, the breakaway class one. They chose, going forward, unlike the Icon of the Seas, which is now, wait till you see the Icon of the Seas if you haven't seen it yet.
It's very big. Norwegian
decided to make things a little smaller and have less people on board. So that's, I guess when you have less people on board, you can't, I don't know.
But the pool, I don't know.
It's small.
It's
I'm
too
not
small.
arguing that.
It's too small. It's too small. And then the internet is slow. If you are wanting a working vacation and you need to bring your laptop and do work, the basic internet package is not going to work for you.
We don't know if the better one, because we almost always buy the better one. This time we tried to roll with, so we don't even know if the better one would have been.
I don't know. I know that they're talking about Starlink.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's supposed to be a super fast internet, and that they're going to be rolling them out on their ships. So when that happens, but for now, until they do, don't think that you could bring a laptop and work with the internet.
Live stream. No Facebook Live, no Zoom calls. Nothing like if you have to check with your babysitter at home. Not going to happen. You can make phone. You could probably make a phone call, Wi-Fi call. Well, we haven't even tried that. But you could definitely message and email. Those are working fine.
For the most
anything
part.
that takes more data at all,
it's not working. No, some websites I tried to pull up just were flat out not loading at all. So.
And that's everywhere in the ship. I thought we were up in the observation lounge. Oh, maybe I'm finding a better signal. And then the next day I had no signal again.
Yeah.
So.
One interesting thing, normally when you leave a ship and to go to a port, you take your CPAS card and you scan it, and that's how they know that you've left the ship to go. But this one is using enhanced facial recognition technology. So you no longer need your CPAS card, they just scan your face, and that's how they know whether you've left the ship or you've gotten back on the ship. And I found that to be really interesting, so I wanted to put it in the review just to mention it.
So any super privacy Big Brother folks may not be so happy because it wasn't just going to the port. Like when we boarded, that's how we boarded. So that is how they're now doing their security. So if you're not a fan of that, probably that is the wave of the future. So you may not be cruising very much longer.
Yeah,
because if they're doing it, Royal's going to do it, Carnival's going to do it, everybody's going to do it.
The in the bathroom, the shower is the largest shower I have seen in a mainstream cruise line, period. It's very, very large. That one I wanted to mention.
Okay, random.
It's random.
It's on the room tour,
I know
too.
it's on the room tour, but I just wanted to mention it's really large.
Sorry, I'm
and,
looking to the left because it's the last bit of ocean as the sun sets.
yeah.
Until maybe next week.
Well, we'll see.
Or next month for sure. But next week might happen. We'll see.
We wouldn't see an ocean. We might see a river.
Shh, giving away too much. Giving away too much. And maybe some secret things.
We'll see. Yeah. Okay, and the only last thing that I wanted to mention is that I don't feel, in my personal opinion, that this is a very good cruise ship for young children. They have a very, very, very small and compact, like, splash area.
You'll see on the ship tour.
And then they have a kids club area, but other than that,
Young kids.
kids.
They don't have a teenage area like we showed on MSC.
But yeah, other than that, there is nothing for children, young kids to do. So it's not really like there's usually like super play areas, super like fun splash areas, and there is nothing that we saw on the ship. So if you have some young children, I might not recommend it.
I think that philosophically it's always been that way. That whenever anyone asks us as agents, what do we recommend for young families, it's always Disney and Royal. They are the ones who do the young the best. And honestly, it's probably Disney. But Disney's more expensive, and so anyway, Disney and Royal. I think those middle-aged kids, when they start becoming adolescents and they want bigger kid things, is when you can start looking at a Carnival, because they have the roller coasters and NCL level and MSC and these massive video game rooms and things. So if your kids are high single digits into their teens, sub-18 to like maybe 8 to 18, they'd have a lot of fun on the ship because they have all those games.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you get the little ones,
there's not really a lot to do.
It's not very little one friendly.
I mean, and if you've been on the Prima and you have had young children and you disagree, please leave the comment down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Maybe we're missing something. Maybe we just didn't see something, but
and to be fair, we've never been on a breakaway class to know what they have been doing for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But it probably was more so. Because I think there's a feel here where they're in some ways trying to remain traditional and in some ways trying to compete with like that Virgin kind of new way of cruising thing.
Yeah.
And that might not be very family friendly. Because Virgin doesn't let anybody under 18 at all. So maybe they're trying to have an area where it's a little bit younger, skews a little younger.
Yeah.
Oh, not younger that way, but like, sorry, not family focused.
I know what you mean.
Like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50-year-olds who like a bit of more of a sophisticated dining and more dancing and partying.
But that with being said though, almost every single night the dance clubs are closed at midnight. There is no late night dance club.
Here?
Yes, here. There has not been a single, every single party.
I've gone to bed at 11 o'clock.
Well, I bet if you read the planner, every single night it's closing at midnight. So if you are like a late night partier, the only thing for you to do is to go to the local bar and grill and sit down and
socialize.
Socialize. There is no late night. So it's an interesting dynamic. So if you're like in your 20s and you want a bachelorette party and you want to drink a lot and like party way into the morning and then like go stumble, that's not also for you.
That's true.
So I think it's really going to be for like families with like teens and then couples who don't have kids but not like partiers who want like the really late night. So that's
also they don't have a jumbotron on the pool deck. So if you were thinking about doing a Super Bowl cruise or some FIFO,
the World Cup,
the soccer-y thing with the kicking and the ball, that thing. We're not sports people. Anyway, they had decent viewing in the local bar. They have a massive TV, and that's where everybody gathered. But there was no jumbotron outside.
No, there's a TV, but it's not
like Royal, not like Carnival,
not
like Princess. Anyway, just saying, maybe not the best ship for a Super Bowl cruise.
I agree on that. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So, okay, so
probably running low. Are we getting close?
Yeah, that's my. One other thing, their app keeps malfunctioning. We can't look at any menus or dining options. We try to make plans, you just can't access them. If you try to like say, oh, I'm interested in going to XYZ, normally on like Royal Caribbean apps, like 30 minutes before, it'll give you a notification saying, hey, don't forget, you wanted to go here.
Yeah.
It doesn't notify you. There's no like it. So not the best app.
I wonder, to be fair to the app, but maybe not, if you had the stronger internet, would it work better?
I don't know, but
Right, it shouldn't be that way because they want you to use their app, and so it should work on the weakest internet.
Yeah.
It should work without internet.
I know.
I mean,
So, so okay, those were all my notes.
there you go.
Yeah. So, would you sail on this ship again?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Would I recommend it? Yeah, and we already talked about who we'd recommend it
Yeah.
to. So, yeah, I would absolutely sail on the ship again. But we have so much coming up that we're probably not going to get on this thing anytime soon. I'm not going to say ever again, but anytime soon.
It's gonna be a while.
It'll be a while.
We have a lot.
So much coming up that you're going to see. And it's getting a little bit up the scale, to be fair. I don't know if that's going to be up your alley or not. We've got some river cruises coming. We've got some premium, some luxury. So, and of course, we've got Odyssey the Seas next month. So there's going to be some of that mass market fun ship kind of stuff. So, and then we got Celebration, Equinox. So it's just it's a mixed bag of things that are coming up. She's going to hit me in the head again.
Ready?
No.
No?
I did it again. I don't like your stupid toys. Stupid toys.
All right.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Like, thumbs up,
Yes.
subscribe, notification bell,
Yes.
ask questions, email us. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.